Monday. Welcome to the partay. This might be a little bit of a lighter call today because my email is broken. The emails have broken. There's a clog. There's a clog in the email, and I can't figure out how to get it out. I don't know. I swallowed something in the internet atmosphere, and I can't get it out. But it's called an AUP. I don't know what the heck an AUP, but I have an AUP violation on my email for the coaching program, and so no emails are going out. So if you guys are like, I'm not getting emails from you, which I'm sure you guys are wondering that, but it's so funny.
You might be clogged, Logan, but you are not clogging our inboxes anymore.
Exactly. I am clogged, but you guys' inbox is no longer clogged. So funny. It's just funny how businesses, like, we only think about through our own lens, we don't think about, and then a lot of times we miss out on thinking about other people's lenses. Is like, you guys don't care, right? And so it's just a good reminder of, like, when you have all these problems in your business, like, your clients don't care, your mama don't care, your cleaners don't care, ain't nobody care but yourself. And so a lot of these problems that we have to solve in silence, and we have to show up and be happy like nothing ever happened. Wild, right? However, most people are like, oh, I have these problems, I have these things that happened, and that's why I didn't show up good today. I didn't show up for you today because I have a problem over here. And I think the first step is that I think most people just have the awareness to recognize that, first off, nobody else cares. And second off, it doesn't really help that you bring your problems into somebody else's space. In fact, it actually shows a lack of respect. It shows a lack of understanding for the people when you bring your problems into their spaces. And so this is actually something I talked about today at our team meeting, was that I find a lot of value in people who are able to keep their crap, keep their problems boxed up over here, and not bring their problems into my space. My space is the work environment, and my work environment is clients' homes and other teammates. And so if you have problems, cool, so do I. We all have problems. It's value you to keep your problems over here and not bring them into, now it's you bring your problems to make it a client. Now your problem is our client's problem. Like, Jessica had a bad day today. Her boyfriend was being mean to her. Like, now Jessica just made her problem our client's problem, and that does not give value to the client. Or the other cleaners, like, Jessica was having a bad day today, and she took it out on her teammates by not showing up to work, by being sad, by being mopey, by not working hard. Like, so there is value in keeping your problems in the box that they can be solved in, and not bringing your problems into other people's boxes where, like, it doesn't help them. They can't solve your problem, so, like, why bring it up? So anyway, all that being said, there's not going to be as many people on here today, just you guys, because my inbox is clogged. But I'm working on it. So for today, we're doing the road to a milli. So road to a million, we are on week 42? Week 42. We've been doing this for 42 weeks, Katie. 43 weeks.
Quite a while.
Number 43. It's number 43. And so, we're documenting this journey of trying to grow this business to $1 million. And, like, right now, we have our Q1 goals set up that we actually hit the $83,000 a month run rate in March. So that would put us right at 12 months. That is what we are lining up the business through that. So this month, we have our revenue goals for our office set at 16,000 a week. So every single week that we hit $16,000, our office gals are bonused. They get a bonus for producing revenue, and the revenue growing. And then in February, their bonus is 17,500. So in February, if we hit a weekly bonus of 17,500, they will get a bonus. And
weekly revenue. They don't get a $16,000 bonus.
No, they get a bonus when we hit $16,000 revenue.
Yeah.
17,500 in February, and in March, they get a bonus when the company produces $19,000 a week in revenue. Okay, so we're lining it up for that to happen, and we have the cleaners. So then, what is the next step, Katie? What is the next step? If we have the cleaners, we have the revenue producers. Why aren't we there yet?
Build the schedules.
Build the schedules. Thank you, Tyler Stowers. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today, is filling schedules. And also, we got to stop having holidays. So we have canceled holidays for the rest of 2024 and 2025, we don't have another holiday for a little bit of time, right? We don't have the holidays until 10 more months. So now we got a nice runway, and we can see what we can actually do. So without further ado, let's talk about what happened last week in our last holiday week of 2024, and now we're fully into 2025. Okay. Okay, do I usually look at the screen or do you look over here? Now I'm confused. Is my profile this way better or this way better?
I don't know.
Or two?
We don't pay attention to you. We pay attention to the numbers.
Whatever. Okay, I'm just going to go for it. Okay. So, I'll put my chat over here. That's what I'll do. That way I can see.
We can only see the background now.
Oh my gosh, Logan. See, I switched it. I did a switcheroo. Okay. How about now?
It's loading. Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. All right. Can you guys see it? Good. Hey, type in the chat. This is actually just a coaching call for everybody here today. There's no strangers.
Tyler Sowers just said you got cute.
I did get cute. Actually, I think Tyler said I am cute. He should.
No.
You're cute.
No.
He should have said. He's like cute. Like this. Okay. So, am I showing the right week here? All right. 1028 to 103. All right. Hey, and appreciate every single one of you guys for wishing Katie and I happy anniversary on Friday. Thank you for all you guys who did that. Yeah, right. Nobody did it. Nobody cares, Katie. See? Nobody cares about us.
Okay, we forgot to.
It's fine. Katie forgot. It's totally fine. Okay, so projected monthly revenue for the month of January, we're sitting at 49.8, so 50,000 on the books for the month of January, which is super exciting. Super excited to see that. Q1 revenue goal, 83,000. So Q1, when is the end of Q1, Katie?
End of March.
Yep, end of March. So our goal by March is to hit $83,000. Can we do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So weekly revenue goal is $19,000. So in order for us to hit 80,000, we got to hit 19,000. And last week we did 11,000. So again, that's with the holiday week. So still, again, not a good indicator of kind of where we're at. This week will be a really good indicator of where we're actually sitting as far as our revenues are concerned. So Q1 recurring clients goal, we're sitting at 131. So as you can see here over the last couple of weeks, last week was at 129, then 127, then 127, then 126. Like this number has been very, very slow, but it has been growing. So as much as I would love to complain, because I'm a complainer, I love to always find the problems in life and always bitch. This number is actually growing. So I'm just happy that it's growing, and I'm just going to continue to make sure it grows. And if it can grow faster, cool. But as long as it grows, I will be happy. Weekly cleans, also we did 55 cleans. So again, goal is 85. I think the best we ever did was 2 weeks ago. We did 68 cleans. So that is our benchmark is 68. And revenue per clean, 210 was what we did. Our goal is 225. Number of cleaners, the goal is 15. We have the number of cleaners. So how exciting is that? We have one of these things. Yes, this is all residential. I guess sorry guys. There is somebody who snuck on here. Somebody snuck in without being on the emails. I don't know how. I put no emails out there, so somebody snuck in here.
I just posted in the Facebook group, so that's probably why.
Katie. Let's blame Katie, guys. I'm just joking. That's good. So cool. So I will change a little bit of my tonality here. So yes, for you guys don't know, we are all residential house cleaning. We do zero commercial, right? All this happens through Monday through Friday, and happens between the hours of 8 and 5 p.m. And we use no special equipment. That's what I consider residential. Now, do we do office cleanings? Yes, but they got to fit within those things. Do we do what some people would consider commercial? Sure, but it fits within Monday through Friday between 8 and 5, and we use no special equipment. Okay, so that's how I define residential house cleaning. Okay, so weekly number of hours, our goal is 28. We did 15. So with the holiday, it still skews these numbers. This data is skewed. And total assigned cleaning hours, 215, goal is 426. Okay, now let's talk about revenues. So we bill revenue, and then we collect revenue. And so we use a CRM called ZenMaid to bill the revenue. We send invoices, or we just charge people's cards, like give me no credit cards, and we just go bing, 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 bing. We just zap them. And then about 3 days later, it just shows up in our bank account. Boom. And then Katie and I, we just go, We just go like, spend that money, honey. So that's the process. In the last 30 days, ZenMay, we have $60,000 on the books. So that's pretty exciting. Good job, team. Current monthly revenue, 6,900. Weekly revenue, 11,525. 4,000 was initial clean revenue and 7,000 was reoccurring. So it's good to see that we have a good reoccurring, which is awesome to see. We got room for some initials. Received money, 53,000 in the last 30 days. We ended the month of December. We collected $58,000. So we've actually hit a PR every single month since we started this location. So that one day will come to an end. But not today. Not today. Today we still growing. Okay, we still growing. So for 10 months in a row, we have grown revenues. And this month, we best grow revenues. Otherwise, we're going to chop some heads. We got to grow revenues this month. We actually got to grow revenues all the way till we hit 83K. And even past that, probably. We got to keep growing. Got to keep growing. This week's revenue, 24.21. Cool. Less than 7 days. $3,000 outstanding, less 7 days. And then greater than 7 days, 825. So that's all good. Nothing to be concerned about. Revenue discounts. Mark Shanley. I love Mark Shanley's military discount. I think Katie made this one up and it's just stuck. Katie, this is your fault. Mark Shanley got on a phone call and was like, do you offer a military discount? And Katie was like, yeah. He's like, what? You're like, $15. He's like, cool. And like, okay. And then so now Cleo now also gets a military discount as well. But hers is only $12.50. So she's getting ripped off. So here's the truth. Mark Shanley, he must be an Air Force guy, and Cleo must be a Navy guy. Okay, because we definitely cater to the Air Force people more than we do the Navy. Sorry. Right? Grew up in a military family. Grew up in an Air Force family. Born in an Air Force base. Fun fact: born on Hill Air Force Base, Ogden, Utah. So there you go. Mark Shanley.
All in on Air Force.
All in on Air Force. All in on Air Force.
Or it could just be 10% of the price.
Yeah, that's probably.
And they pay different prices, so.
Exactly. Just making stuff up. This is what happens when you make stuff up, guys. You get $15 discounts. But these 10% discounts are not made up. This is part of our Google review offer. And so I will announce this at the end of this call. In fact, I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to announce it now. So there is, Audie is going to love this. Audie loves this. Anne-Marie Jed loves this too. There is an update to the trainings. There's an update to the Google review training. There's an update to the cleaner recruiting training, update to cleaner onboarding training, and there's an updating to the VA hiring training, which will be released tomorrow. So I'll make an announcement for that as well. But as far as the 5-star review training, we give 10% off to clients when they write us a review. And as you guys will see lower here, you'll notice we have a lot of reviews. Katie, why do we have a lot of reviews?
How we ensure we deliver a 5-star experience.
That's right. And we just ask, and we just incentivize. We just make everything around giving a 5-star experience, and how we know is we get a 5-star review. So we also gave away $50 homepage voucher. So if somebody goes to our website, if they book online, they can get $50 off. So looks like we gave away one of those last week, and all in all, we gave away $130. Yeah, big spenders there. Okay. So where we really spent the money is, though, marketing. Kitty, you talk about marketing from your point of view. I talk about marketing from my point of view every single week, but tell us a story about marketing for Mesa 5-star cleaning.
I don't know what you're asking me.
Just talk about the numbers.
You want me to just read the numbers to you?
Just read. Just don't tell stories. Just read.
Okay, we spent $1,900 on marketing last week. We spent $1,200 in Facebook and $757 on Google Local Services. I love both of these because a lot of them, yes, do come through the Facebook funnel, but when Google Local Service phone rings, oftentimes they've already seen us, whether that be on Facebook or through their Google search and who we are. So the brand is already out there and they buy, which is awesome. So they work hand in hand together, I think, pretty darn well. We had 81 Facebook funnel leads come in. We had 4 missed call leads come in. We had 9 Google Local Service calls. We had 6 homepage leads. Crazy. Incoming call leads, we had 5, and we did not have any referrals. So we had 105 leads come in last week at $19 per lead.
Yeah. Not so bad, eh? Not so bad.
Not so bad.
Not so bad. So again, our goal was to spend $2,000 a week. and we needed to get about 140 leads. We came just a little shy of that, but it's good. It's good, yeah. 100 leads a week, we can make progress on that. I think. So leads. Are leads important?
Yes.
Yes, leads are important. However, are they important if you can't convert them into initial claims?
You just are throwing money down the drain.
Yeah. So I don't care how good your lead cost is. I don't care if you get $16 leads, you get $100 leads. Who cares? If you cannot convert them, it does not matter. Once you can convert them, sure. Now we can try to optimize our lead cost, but it doesn't matter. Like the big domino is conversions, and so that's what we're going to talk about now is conversions right here. And so number of spots open. So this lets us know what our ability to even fill the schedule is. Okay, if you don't have cleaners, you have to turn off your marketing. You can't market. So the problem, like most of you guys are in here, like I wish I could spend $2,000 a week, but you can't because you don't have freaking cleaners. You don't have enough revenue producers on your team. So you can't even fathom spending $2,000 a week. By the way, this is the first time I've ever spent $2,000 a week. So like this is awesome. I'm very fortunate, very lucky. Not very lucky, but I've just done a lot of work in order to get to a place where I actually can spend that much money where it actually makes sense. I can get a return on it because we have enough cleaners to fill their schedules, right? So we only had 8 spots unfilled last week. We did good. We done good. We have 26 spots open this week. Yeah, it's a little shy of what I'd like to see. I'd like to see a little bit more. Based on what our sales have been, I think we could fill those spots. But overall, it's okay. It's okay, right? So we have 3 girls in the office and two seasoned girls. We have 1 brand new girl who I am teaching. Emma, you can see here, she's the brand new one. Megan, because I have been in the office for about 4 months now, I guess almost 5 months now. And so altogether, we made 250 phone calls. Okay, outgoing. We made 250 outgoing phone calls, and that was on 4 days. We only worked 4 days last week. We had 27 quote calls scheduled. We had 21 showed. And Katie, how many quotes did we actually perform?
51.
Does it make sense? How do you perform 51 quotes but only have 21 calls that were scheduled?
Pick up the phone and call the leads.
Exactly. You bet. If you're not willing to talk to your leads that willingly give their information to you, their phone numbers and their names, if you're not willing to go talk to them, then don't spend a single dime on marketing. If you're going to spend money, it's a commitment on marketing to get lead, then you need to be committed to giving those leads attention. And how you give the leads attention is you call them. 1 time, Katie? Or just 2 times?
No, you call them twice a day for 14 days at minimum.
You call them twice a day for 14 days straight. At minimum. Okay? And what you'll find is that when you call people, they will pick up and they will answer. In fact, we had 30 additional quotes performed because we picked up the damn phone. Additional. So we talked to 51 people, and how many of those calls booked?
39.
Holy moly. I think that's a PR. I think that's the best. That's one of the best weeks that we've had. It's pretty good. And the efficiency behind it, Megan had 80% because I was 73%, and Emma closed the only person she talked to, 100%. 76%. Like, that great. That great. Is Alaya on here today?
She is.
Those are Alaya's numbers. Like, Alaya has never sold under 80% in her 1.5 years of doing sales. Ever. But she's a freak. Most people are not freaks. And so, yeah. So
I think the girls are getting scared because she's coming to town.
Yeah, exactly. So I got a couple things on this, and then I will don't let me leave right here before we talk about Alaya coming to town, because there's a change that I need to share everybody with too. So, but look at this. How much quote call projected revenue was put on the books last week, Katie?
13,476.
Yeah. Okay, so a good ratio, guys. So this vision sheet I do with quite a few of you guys who are in here, actually. There's a lot of you guys who do one-on-one coaching, and this is what I go over with you guys, and this is a ratio that I try to point out to you so you guys can measure, is my marketing working? Because most people, they look at their marketing and they're like, my cost per lead is $16. I'm doing good. My cost per lead is $1.25. I'm doing so good. That's not how we measure if marketing is working. How we measure if marketing is working is these two numbers. So pay attention. What is your quote book projected revenue divided by your total ad spend? That's the ratio that matters, not your cost per lead. I don't give a shit about your cost per lead. Tell me how much money you booked off those leads. So Katie, if you will, if you don't mind, do the math on your really highly expensive calculator on your phone. Or
6.8.
So let's round it. So that's a 7-to-1 return.
That's Katie.
Yeah, that's Katie. See, Jessica. This is why I love Jessica. Jessica just made a little intro in here. Jessica's teaching her 3-week-old about cleaning business because she knows that this girl's gonna be a prodigy. She has a baby. She can teach her about cleaning business, so she's gonna grow up and she's growing up into $1 million business. So of course, this girl's gonna grow up into an empire. So she's her teacher now. So thank you, Jessica. So also, Jessica. Speaking of Jessica and Lucas, they're doing a call on Wednesday where they're going to be sharing their story of how they went from doing $12,000 a month to last month they did $83,000 in a month. A month. Crazy. And they had been in business for 12 years before that. So it wasn't like they just started. They've been in business for a while. And so thank you, Jessica. So if you guys are inside the coaching community, make sure you get on that call on Wednesday. Yeah, it'd be really cool to see. So 7-to-1. You get a 7-to-1 return. Would you guys be cool if you got a 7-to-1 return? Would you guys like to spend $2,000 to make $13,000?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Guess what? You know why you can't do it? It has nothing to do with marketing. It has nothing to do with sales. You don't have the number of cleaners required in order for you to do that. Thank you, Marie J. Thank you. Thank you, Julia. Yes, that's exactly right. This business is different. Okay? Unless you're in the cleaning business, you would not understand that. This is where generic business advice doesn't apply. Okay? And some of the people you guys listen to, I love them. They're my homies, right? Quit listening to that shit. Quit. Listen to this shit. If you want to grow a big old cleaning business, stop listening to the outside world. They don't understand this business. It is different. Okay? That's the value of you guys actually being in a group or talking to somebody who's actually doing the damn thing. Because there's nuances to this. Business, while there are principles that work, correct. But if you want to have the speed of implementation, then do it exactly as prescribed. Okay? You cannot get a 7-to-1 ROI because you don't have enough cleaners, which we'll talk about shortly. Okay? The marketing and sales system works. You need the cleaners in order to be able to do that. Now, one thing that I don't want to leave on is that we made 39 sales. So one of the reasons that we've been able to do this is because of the efficiency. 51 quotes performed, that's actually pretty normal for us. So if I go back and look at it, last week, the week before this was Christmas, so our productivity was way down, but we only did 24 quotes performed and then 14, right? With the week before that, let's see here, this was pre-holiday week, 45 connections, 26 closed. Okay, so the week before that, 50 calls, 18 closed. This was a bad week. I yelled at the team meeting at this week, or at our vision meeting. I was yelling at our team. Okay, I was yelling. Not really, but I made it a point. 51-29. So again, these numbers aren't far off. Just so you guys know, this isn't that crazy. We sell between 25 and 30 people every single week. Okay, 31 performed. Oh, this was Thanksgiving week. So again, these dang holidays. Cancel holidays. Katie, we're canceling holidays. Okay. So even on a holiday week, we performed 31 and 18. The week before that, let's just see here. 52-32. Okay, so 50 quotes performed is pretty, it's normal-ish. Okay, the difference is the efficiency. Close to 76%. Does anyone want to know why we closed a high percentage? Well, actually, you guys don't know why, but are you guys curious on what is one of the factors? What are one of the factors? Would you guys be interested to know one of the factors of how we increase our efficiency over the last couple weeks? So if you guys see this girl right here, Emma's the reason why. Yes, the person who made one sale is the reason why. It's because Emma is new. And so Emma is getting coaching by Logan. And up to this point, Emma hasn't made any sales. And Logan
And
doesn't
how long
like
has she been in the office?
She's been in the office for 3 weeks. She hasn't made any sales. And so this is Logan's fault. And so because I started initially to get frustrated at Emma and realizing that it ain't Emma's fault, it's Logan's fault, I created Sales School. And so Sales School is my attempt at being able to help Emma be able to be revenue producing in the office without Logan needing to be in the office. Because what I failed to understand, what I failed to realize until I actually put myself in the situation, was that the reason why Megan and Keziah were able to become proficient in sales without a sales school is because Logan was sitting in the office while Megan and Keziah were learning sales. So I was able to coach them in real time and give them quick feedback and just like I was there. I was doing it with them. Well, Logan is no longer in the office. And so Logan has other things that he needs to attend to. Like you guys, it's actually you guys' fault. You guys are the problem. I can't hang out with Emma, okay? It's you guys' fault. I gotta do these calls and hang out with you guys. However, I realized that I wasn't going to stop talking to Marie and Jessica Lucas and Jacinta every single week. I needed to actually solve this problem without Logan being involved. And so I created Sales School, okay? And so Sales School is what allowed me to give a resource to Emma so then she could learn what needed to be learned, for her to practice what she needed to practice, for her to memorize what she needed to memorize in order for her to get up to speed, okay? And then I would still spend some of my time, but less time. I would spend about 30 minutes role-playing with her on the skills that she was practicing. And then I was also doing call reviews where I would listen to her calls and I would give her coaching on a call, and I would send that to her. Well, what ended up happening was Megan and Keziah, they're also working in that same exact office, and they would hear me role-playing, and they would hear me get on her about talking about the why and the timelines, and like, I'm very direct. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm very direct. I just like to tell the truth, and honestly in a way that also is not like you're in trouble, but just like I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you the best I possibly can, but being very direct, like no sugarcoating, just facts. And so just like there was a 0% chance you're gonna make that you're gonna make the sale because you had absolutely no timeline. There was no why. Like how? Like they were never gonna buy. 0% chance. And so as Megan and Keziah are hearing me coach Emma, they're like, shit. They're learning by me by listening because you're not the one who's actually getting the feedback directly. It's like it's easier to listen to. It's easier to take and then actually apply. And so by them listening and listening to my call reviews, they also went and listened to the call reviews as well. I found out later. And so I ended up coaching them through Emma, and look at their percentages over the last couple of weeks have been increasing. Their efficiency. Like one day, just as a side note, guys, on Thursday, just January 2nd, we made 18 sales in one day. In one day. We went 18 for 19. Wild. Right? So there's an element of getting coaching that is like really powerful, but if you can coach while somebody else is like listening, then you get that value as well. And the way that Sales School is set up is that you guys can actually listen to call reviews. You guys can get coaching. You guys can hear me coach other people and get the value from it. Okay? So that's my quick little prelude to Sales School, which is it's coming. It's coming. So as much as people complain, I don't know why you guys are complaining about updates. Maybe I'm just exaggerating it, but like you guys want this thing to get better. You want updates. I told this to Katie the other day. You guys remember Blackberries? Does anyone remember Blackberries? Does anyone remember Blackberries? Yeah. Cool. Understand that Blackberries were the rage. Blackberries were the coolest thing ever. How many of you guys have Blackberries today? Like our iPhones and our Android phones are like numerous times better than that BlackBerry was, and it was the best thing since sliced bread. So as much as you guys believe that this coaching program is the best thing since sliced bread, I know you guys think that. We're literally on the BlackBerry stage. Okay, we're on the BlackBerry stage. Like we haven't even started to touch what this system has the ability to do. Like we're just starting to figure it out. And so like you guys want that. You guys don't want to have BlackBerries in a day where everyone has iPhones. Yeah. And so this process system is going to continue to get updated because we're going to continue to work and make this thing so much better to make it easier for us to grow big old clean businesses. Okay. So updates are coming tomorrow. Okay. Now, speaking of tomorrow, so Aliyah is on here, which is amazing. So if you guys were not on last week's call, Aliyah did her very first road to $300,000 in profit call. Okay. Super great call. If you guys haven't gone and watched the replay, go watch the replay. Like if you really want to understand why we're on this call today, and you want to understand why Katie and I are able to do what we're willing to do, it's because of Aliyah. And until you watch that call, you don't have the context to understand. But when you guys watch that call, you know how many people on that call, and even after that call that talked to me, is like, now I get it. Now I understand. Now I understand how you're able to do this. You have to go watch that call. Okay. Now, tomorrow, super exciting, is Aliyah and BJ, who is Aliyah's boyfriend, and also her assistant general manager. They're coming to Arizona from Montana tomorrow. And their flights just happen to overlap with the call, the normal scheduled time, which is 4 p.m. Eastern time. And so tomorrow we're actually moving that call up to 3 p.m. Eastern time. That way Aliyah can do it. And it's going to be a little unique because BJ and also our virtual assistant Jay is also going to be in that call as well. We're actually going to do our vision sheet. We're just going to do it live in front of the people inside the community. Okay. So it's already updated inside the calendar. So if you guys look on the calendar, it's already there. But definitely be on there tomorrow. And then because we normally do our vision meeting at 3 p.m. Eastern time, and then Aliyah would normally have done her call at 4 p.m. Now that time slot is open, I just decided that I'm gonna do a new release call right after that. So starting at 4 p.m. tomorrow, I'm gonna do a new release training for the cleaner recruiting, cleaner onboarding, 5-star reviews training, and the hiring a VA training. Okay, I'm going to do the new module releases for those. I'm going to go into detail on each of those modules so you guys have clarity on exactly how to attack those modules and see all the updates. The modules are better. They're easier to navigate. They make more logical sense. Okay, the directions have been updated, so they're more easily followable. Okay, so that's going to happen tomorrow. That is also inside your guys' calendars. So you guys go back into school and you guys go to the calendar, you'll see that there's a new module release training at 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Okay, so those are the updates. Again, the road to 300K profit is at 3 p.m. Eastern, and then the new leadership release, this is a one-time call, is happening tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you guys get on those calls if you're interested in making $300,000 a year or you're interested in getting the updated modules. Okay. Now we can move on. Conversions. So yes, we did $13,000 in projected call revenue, and then we converted 3 people. So again, goal is to get 6. So while I would love to be angry and yell and want all the things all at the same time, I'm just happy that we made progress. As long as we make progress, I'm happy. So let's move on to cleaner acquisition. So the reason that we're able to put those many cleaners on the schedule is because we got enough cleaners. Like I said earlier, we have 15 cleaners, and how we do that is because we never stop recruiting. We never stop hiring. Last week, we spent $115 on Indeed. We had 10 applicants. We did phone interviews. We did 4 phone interviews. We had 2 Zoom interviews, and we hired 0, it appears. Is that right, Katie? We hired none?
That is right.
That is right. Okay, cool. So, what is our training? What does our in-training cleaner acquisition funnel look like? Right now we have Elizabeth, who is set to start. Actually, did she no-show?
She rescheduled to this Friday, but now she's done, so she needs to just be read.
Okay, so she is a goner. Bye, Felicia, or bye, Elizabeth. Megan Crum, she's in her first week of training. She showed up to the team meeting today. so far, great reviews from our trainers, which is not very common. Our trainers, our trainers are actually pretty aggressive. In all fairness, like they're like, this girl sucks, or this girl, like, they're good. Like, we have one trainer particularly who, like, Katie used to get very upset by, and I was like, I think this might be good, because as we looked over the course of like time, the people who she complained about, they actually didn't ever make it. So, um, anyway, good reviews from that trainer is usually a good sign. And then Sadie as well, great review. She actually graduated. She cleaned our house, and Katie will give her some love, because she called it the best test clean, or best home clean that she's experienced.
It was amazing. She was prompt. She greeted me with a smile. She used her checklist. She did a walkthrough. She made sure I was happy. She didn't miss a thing. She was incredible.
Yeah.
She tried.
She tried. So, and then Jennifer Daly is set for onboarding on 1/17. So that's what our pipeline looks like this week. With our office staff being back in, we turn the ad spend back up. So we'll definitely keep cranking on this, and we'll see if we can get 18 cleaners in here by next call. And then Nicole P. has ghosted us. We let her go, and now we're just trying to get her to return her stuff. So Nicole P is gone. Okay, cleaners. What does our cleaner situation look like from last week? This is a holiday week, so this is without one. This is only 4 working days. So top cleaners all got good hours. Yeah, I think nothing crazy to write home about here. I think Andre was sick 2 days. Michaela and Nikki and Amanda, we actually had quite a few call outs. Trina called out as well. So quite a few call outs. But outside of that, nothing too crazy. So we had 15 cleaners, assigned cleaning hours 215, cleaner average hours 15, and then actual man hour rate was $53. So we averaged around 55. So this is a good number to track, guys. The reason why this is good is because a lot of people say they charge 55 or 57 or 60 or $65 an hour, but what do you end up actually charging versus what your billed versus what your actual hours or your assigned cleaning hours are? And so, like, we actually charge no lower than $57 an hour. And on our deep cleans, we actually charge $63 an hour. But after all said and done, discounts and inefficiencies, we end up actually charging $53 an hour. So that's why it's good to charge a lot, because you're inefficient. You won't actually end up making that much. It'll be lower than what you actually charge. Unless you're efficient. And then if you're efficient, then that's what you'll end up charging. We had no correction cleans. Cleaner fulfillment, we had 2 one-on-ones last week. Keziah did one-on-ones with Andre and Nikki. And then client fulfillment, we had 55 cleans, 13 were new cleans, 42 were reoccurring, 0 correction cleans. We had 8 Google reviews last week. So we have 131 recurring clients, 75 occasional clients, 336 5-star reviews, and the goal is 350. So that's pretty exciting. Kitty, you want to share one of the cool milestones that one of our cleaners hit this week as far as Google reviews is concerned?
Yeah, our longest standing cleaner has been with us since April. She started with us right in the very beginning, about the 2nd month of business, and she just hit 70 Google reviews.
Yeah.
70.
It's wild. 70 Google reviews. And so just as a reference point, in Bozeman, and Elia, you can verify this or not, but I don't think we've ever had a cleaner who's hit 30 or 40.
Or even 20.
Or even 20. Right? And so this location, guys, this is the locations that we actually figured it out. So Bozeman was our BlackBerry stage, right? And with the Google reviews, now we're in the iPhone stage. Like we got something that works. Now we're making the iPhone better each time. And so that 5-star reviews training that I'm releasing tomorrow, like, it's based on exactly what we're doing right now. Like 8 reviews a week. We do this. We've averaged 8 reviews a week since we started this location. Just so you guys understand, it's very, very important to understand this. We've been in business for 43 weeks. Okay, do the math. 336 divided by 43.
7.8.
It's 8 reviews per week. This is what we average. You don't average 8 reviews per week on accident. It happens on purpose. And so if you guys want to know how to make it happen on purpose, the Google reviews training tomorrow, like, go through it, watch it, and it's super easy to implement. It's very easy to implement. I made it even easier to implement. That was my goal, make it even easier. Now, why are Google reviews so important, Katie? This is the other thing that's been so important. As I look at Kayla Irby, who is inside our community, who also has $1 million business, right? Her business has done over $100,000 the last couple of months. She has over 300 Google reviews. Jessica and Lucas, they also now have hit that $83,000 mark, and they have over 300 Google reviews. Okay. Bozeman, our first location, has done over $1 million in revenue for the last 2 years. They have over 250 Google reviews. So, Katie, why are the Google reviews so important?
Brand recognition for both cleaners and clients. So recruiting cleaners are attracted to that, and recruiting clients are attracted to that. So it just makes the sale even easier when you have a reputation.
Yep. And if you're able to actually, if you're able to understand the concept that the mission of a cleaning business is to deliver a 5-star experience, and you base every decision around the mission, which is like, that's the point of a mission, guys, is to give you like one sentence, like, what is the mission? Why are we in business? We're in business to deliver a 5-star experience. And so every decision filter that you make is based on that filter. Everything. Does this help us deliver a 5-star experience, or does this hurt us deliver a 5-star experience? And if you use that as your filter, that's how you're able to scale decision making. If you give your team, your cleaners, your office staff, that filter to work from, then you don't have to play mommy and daddy and they have to ask you for every little thing. If you just help them understand that the mission is to deliver a 5-star experience, I trust you make a decision based on the mission of the company. That's how you scale decision making. That's how you're able to empower people rather than enable them to force you to make decisions for them. That's why a 5-star, that's why getting the reviews is so important, is because how do you know if you delivered a 5-star experience?
A Google review.
That's your evidence. That's your proof. You guys can be like, you guys suck. Your cleaners suck. You know what I can do? I can point. I can show you. You can talk. I can show. There's a difference. I have the proof. So no matter what somebody says, I have the proof that we do a good job. We delivered a 5-star experience. That's what you want. That's powerful. Evidence is powerful. Go get you some evidence. Okay. Client fulfillment. So we had 1 recurring client cancel, Rhonda, and then we had 3 recurring clients come on. So we netted 2, Yolanda, Rita, and Allison. Welcome to the team, my friends. What fell off the schedule last week? We had $2,500 that fell off. Looks like most of them were reoccurring. We had a one-time Stacy Norris and a Devin Banks that canceled well before the cancellation window of 48 hours. So there we go. Also, guys, this is another, like, why this number is also really important. So this $500, understanding that you will have cleans fall off the schedule. So I showed you guys earlier that we had $13,000 projected revenue. Not all that revenue is going to make it. It's not all going to make it to ZenMate. It's not all going to make it to get built. And so understanding that even if we subtract $13,000 minus $2,500, like, are you guys okay with making $11,000 of actual money? Because that money you spend is actual, by the way. Like, Facebook takes your money. Google takes your money. Like, that's real money. Estimated money, right? So are you okay making $11,000 instead of $13,000 if you're going to spend $2,000? And so for everybody who, like, makes it tight, like, this is why people stay broke, is because they always just try to do just enough. I'm just trying to get by. Just barely trying to do enough. Scarcity thinking. And you wonder why you're not making money is because, like, it falls off. Like, there's attrition. There's attrition to clients. There's attrition to cleaners. There's attrition to cleans on the schedule. Like, this is a game of attrition. Okay? And how do you win a game of attrition?
Stay in the game.
Yeah. Just gotta keep playing. And how do you get ahead of attrition?
More inputs.
Yeah. More. Speed, right? Speed. So that is the week of 12/28 to 103. Again, not a lot of great data. This next week we will have better data on kind of like where we're at revenue wise. Again, in order for us to hit 83, I think by the end of this month, we really have to be in between $65,000 and $70,000 a month to have a real shot in March, I believe. So that's really the goal, is a minimum of 65,000, but if we can get closer to 70,000 for the month, that'll make me feel pretty good that by March that we actually have a realistic chance of hitting 83,000. And the big constraint is going to be sales right now. And so it's actually like, I'm throwing all the resources out. I'm bringing another office person in, and if Emma makes it or not, it doesn't matter. I'm going to bring another person in. I'm just going to continue to train. I'm going to continue to push Megan Kazai by bringing somebody else in, and just makes our system and processes better anyway. So I'm going to throw all the resources at it. I'll throw people. I'm throwing money at it. I'm throwing everything I possibly can to make sure that this thing gets to where it needs to get to. Because why? Is the result worth it? What's the result of getting to $83,000 a month? No, Julia, that's ego. Because there's actually profit at $80,000. There is no profit until you get to $1 million. If you're not working in the business, again, Katie and I are not working in this business, there's no profit. Like last month, I think it actually made like $4,000.
But over the entire course of the year, it was negative $700 or something.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. We would actually break even, which I think is great. I think it's freaking great. Katie and I both spent 50 hours a week on a business that we had to put money into. But you know what? Next year, when it makes another $200,000, people are like, how did you do that? It's because we were willing to invest in the front end. We spent a year to work for free to then make $20,000 a month. And that's what most people aren't willing to do. And that's why I want to share this with you guys, because like, even with Bozeman, like I spent a decade trying to figure out even how to make that first thing become $1 million business. Like it takes so much work and effort. And so understand that you guys will, no one in here has the skill sets to be able to do that. Not even I can say that yet. Like by March, I'll be able to say I can build $1 million business in a year. But understand that it takes time, it takes reps, it takes effort. And so your goal is not to do the same thing as me, but your goal is to be able to do it faster because of me. And that is my goal as well. Like I don't expect anybody in here to grow a business that fast. But I can tell you what, and I said this to Jessica and Lucas earlier on our call, but like it took me a decade to figure out how to build $1 million cleaning business. And so when they got access to the system, it only took them 2 years. How many of you guys be willing to spend 2 years of your life to build a business that nets $200,000 a year? Raise your hand. So sometimes we just have to like reframe what the work that we're doing and understand what the point of the work is. Okay, your goal is not to make money. Your goal is to learn how to operate a business and learn the skill sets required to have a $1 million business that then you can earn from. Learn first, then earn. Okay? Most people want to earn. And that's why they stay broke. That's why they stay small. Because they don't have an investing mindset. And that's fine, by the way. I'm not saying you have to. But if you want to grow a big old business, you have to have the investor mindset. You do have to. And if you want to grow it fast, you got to have you got to be more forward thinking. You got to take bigger risks. You got to do a little gambling. Whatever that means. Gambling with what? Money. Like, not the call for this. Not the call for this. On the advisor call. You guys are in the advisor call. We'll talk a little about money, right? Because you guys have more appreciation for money. Not more appreciation, but you guys are in a place where I can talk to you about money, and it might actually get across. Okay, so we'll talk about money, because understanding money also is very, very helpful. And if you just can see money for what it is, things become less scary, and you can just make logical decisions. So again, back to this. Like this is another logical decision. Let's bring this back to practice. I love practice. 30, 30, 30. So cool part of this. A lot of you guys have been in coaching programs before where it's all theory. It's all mindset. It's all like, this is the way it should be. This is the way it ought to be. This is the way that it could be. This is the way it is. Now, It's not that one is better, theory or application, but it's combining those two things. It's combining the theory into the application that makes it powerful. And that is why the Jessica Lucas and the Kayla Irby's and a lot of the other guys as well have like seen such success, such quick success, is because you apply those two things. Okay, so like let's bring this into logic. Like I said earlier, how many of you guys would be actually willing to spend $1,982 in 1 week to be able to get a return of $13,476? Yes, logically, everyone should say yes. Like even if you put in their profit, which is always the thing people say, well, what about profit? Well, guess what? It's 7 to 1, which means that there's profit in there. You can actually make money on marketing. Okay. But people aren't willing to spend $2,000 because what if? What if I don't make $13,000? Yeah, you're not going to. Not the first time. Not the second time. Not even the 10th time. Again, this took me 10 years. Now it's been 11. I've been in business for 11 years. It took me 11 years to figure this out. So again, the goal isn't for you to figure it out today, but you just understand that it's possible. And for you to start working at making it like just believe. Just believe. Right? That's the goal. Believe. And how you can increase your belief is by doing and seeing evidence that it works. Like doing things. That's how you create evidence. You just do. Do. Doobie. Okay? So. All right, Kitty, I'm done yelling. What do you got? Finish the
You were on one today. You were on one today.
I'm excited. I'm excited because Eli's coming down tomorrow, and super excited to hang out with them. And then the week after that, we're gonna go hang out in Seattle, and I gotta be on that one too. So like we got a lot of things going on. There's a lot of people who are like inquiring about the coaching program. I'm like saying no to people. It's actually really fun. Jessica and Lucas, they got to experience me telling them no. I've told no to 2 people today. Just like you're just not a good fit right now, right? And one more thing. Sorry, Katie. Actually, do you have anything before I?
Nope.
Okay. So, Autumn put a post inside the group today or last week, and she talked about how I made a comment on last week's call about telling people not to go to an event that I'm speaking at because I just don't think it was a good. It's not a good use of resources, time or money, because the value that you're going to get from it is marginal at best, right? And so that perspective, truthfully, is thinking about your guys' perspective, 100%. Like if I put myself in your shoes as the client in the coaching business program, I'm like, is that a good use of resources? It's not. It's really not. So that's why I haven't been promoting it or marketing to most people. Like there's a handful of people. I'm like, it's fine, right? Your business is not going to be affected by you going. Cool, let's hang. But outside of that, it's not something that I want people to feel bad that they can't make it or spend money on that they don't have to go to something that they're not going to get a return on. And so I'm just trying to find more of these moments where it's like a test for myself. That like my goal is to put your best interests first, which means that it's ahead of mine. Like if it doesn't solve Marie Jed's problem and Justin Jones' problem, then it can't solve my problem. Like it's not a win for Logan and a loss for other people. Like it has to be a win for you. It has to be a win for you. Now I also have a longer time horizon, so I also can do things where I'm like, okay, I can lose in the beginning to win in the long run, which is like doing free shit. Like that's one of those things. That's enough belief in myself to know that like it'll come back around. But that's always my filter. And I think those are little decisions that I make, and hopefully you guys see that to know that like I really have your best interest. Like my goal is to have your best interest in mind. And if I'm wrong, like please let me know, because like that is my goal. Is that you'll never pay me more money than you make from your business. And if so, then I'll give your money back to you. There's no way that that's going to be a fact. I will give your money back to you. You have to make more money. And even the people who pay me the most money in this program, Jessica and Lucas, like they made almost what they paid me in 1 freaking month in profit, in 1 month profit, because they also saw the future, right? Kayla Irby's made way more money than she could ever pay me, right? So that's the goal, is to make you guys so much freaking money that like it's impossible for you guys to pay me as much as that you guys make from this business. So super appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for showing up today. Yeah, not bad for not having the emails. The email was clogged, but you guys showed up. So very much appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, if you guys are an advisor, we're gonna hop on that call here in a couple minutes. So excited to chat with you guys there. Everybody else who's not inside advisor but is inside the community tomorrow, Road to 300,000. It's at 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's on the calendar. Show up to that. It's gonna be a little bit unique. You're gonna get to meet BJ, who is a stud, like legit stud, and then Jaya. So we don't talk a lot about Jaya, but Jaya is our first virtual assistant we ever hired. We hired her 4 years ago when we had our fitness business, and Jaya started out as cold messaging people on Instagram, trying to get us weight loss clients. And so that's where Jaya started. And now she's the third person inside the Bozeman office, and like that girl does so much for the Bozeman office. She does such a good job. She's so loyal. She is one of the highest skilled virtual assistants that we've ever had. I think we've had probably over 10 virtual assistants that have worked with us over an extended period of time, and like she is so skilled, right? James and Jaya, by far the two most skilled virtual assistants that we've ever had, and that's why Jay is still with us after 4 years. And James is the reason that we're able to do these calls. He's the one who let all you guys into this call. He's the one who just does so much for this community. So super appreciate you guys. And again, they're going to be on the call tomorrow. So again, you guys will see a little bit of a unique feel to that Road to 300K call tomorrow, because we're combining our vision meetings with the call being public. So, and then right after that call, we're going to do the the new module release for 5-star training, cleaner recruiting, cleaner onboarding, and hiring a BA training. So make sure you guys are on those. Check those out. But happy freaking Monday. Happy first week without a freaking holiday in quite some time. Who's excited about that? Maybe we get some PRs this week. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, and if you're not in, thank you, James. See, James is such on the spot. And if you're not inside the coaching program, James just dropped the link so you actually can apply. And just to be transparent with you, like I turned down 2 people today. So the next person that can apply might be a yes, right? Just give me numbers. And so I will only take your money if I believe I can make a return on your money. Like that's really what it comes down. I'm only gonna take your money if I believe I can help you. If I can't, then I'm not gonna take your money. Like very plain and simple. Very plain and simple. So don't be mad if I say no. It's just because I can't help you, and that's okay. So happy Monday. If you guys are an advisor, I got your monies. So come hang out with me, and let's do the deal. We'll see you guys all tomorrow. All right, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye.